Hi guys, how's everybody doing out there tonight? So, my name is Jaseida Mojica, and I got into comedy this year because my life is like a Puerto Rican telenovela. So, Spanish soap opera. It's a lot of drama every day. Everything we tell you is true. So I grew up an only child to a Puerto Rican mother and a Dominican father, who was actually half Dominican and Puerto Rican, in Orange County. Wow. So they brought me up Catholic. I went to Catholic school every day. And they were very overprotective, manipulating, controlling, the whole thing. So they basically kept me behind what, as it was an orange curtain. So I used to come home from school every day from Catholic school, and I would look through the orange curtain. I'd peer through, and I would look out and see all of the boys, because it was an all-boys neighborhood. Hence, I was not allowed to ever leave the house, only to go to school. And I would see them playing basketball and baseball and football, and just wishing that I could be out there living my life too. But there I was, like a couch covered in plastic, until I was 20 years old. So, 20 years old, I finally got to leave the house and go on my first date. So, I was so excited. My mom says, "Mija, he comes en la casa, not on the corner with a beep beep." So, I prepped him and said, "Look, she's gonna interrogate you. You gotta understand, my parents are very overprotective, but you'll be fine." So we go on the date, and as he's driving, he looks up in the rear view mirror, and he says, "Is that your dad following us?" Yeah, that's him. That's what he does. So we go into this cute little Puerto Rican restaurant called Don Jose's, and we're eating chips and salsa. And as we look outside the window, there's my dad pacing back and forth. "You better not take her anywhere but home after this." So let's just say dating was really, really tough. Until I met my husband at 21 years old. My curfew was 10 p.m. So my husband says, "I can't deal with this 10 p.m. curfew. Like, I'm a grown-ass man." I mean, he was twice my age. So anyhow, he married me after 2 months. And I really hope that he loves me, but you know what? At this point, I really don't care, because I'm out of the house. So my parents had a tough time dealing with the fact that he was a little bit older than me, and also the fact that he was Jewish. So when I went to visit my cousins in Puerto Rico, they said, "You're not going to believe this. We're going to, we're going to show you your lineage." And they said, "Your great grandparents, they fled from Europe after the war, and you're Jewish."
Oh wow!
So I go, "Does everybody have this Jewish confrontation?" Because I always felt like I was Jewish. I loved matzo ball soup. I married a Jewish man. I just had this feeling I was really Jewish. So anyhow, I decided to confront my parents, and by parents, I mean my father, because my mother has Alzheimer's, and I can't believe a word that she says. So I say to my dad, "Why didn't you ever tell me that I was Jewish?" And he says, "Because you never asked." Seriously, okay, yeah, that's him. So anyways, I decide on Christmas, this past Christmas, I want to spend some, time with my mom. I miss our relationship because she does have Alzheimer's. And so I say to my mom, let's do something nice for Christmas. Let's get together, cook a nice Puerto Rican meal. And so on Christmas, I say, okay, I'm coming over around this time. And she says, no, don't come over, mija. I'm not feeling well. I have a fever. I'm not feeling, don't come over. So I'm sitting there at home watching It's a Wonderful Life with my husband. We're eating popcorn and we're both looking at each other. What the hell is going on over there? My mom is crazy Looney Tunes. My dad's a prick. Like, what's going on over there? What are they doing? Something's going on. So the next day, I called my dad. I said, look, I'm coming over today. I don't care, what you say. How's mom feeling? And he's like, oh, she's fine. I go, she's not sick? He goes, no, she wasn't sick. She just didn't want to cook. I go, but it was Christmas. And he goes, yeah, but she didn't know it was Christmas. So, yeah, he didn't tell her it was Christmas either. So, we've always had like this sibling rivalry where I've always felt like my dad has been more of a brother than a father because my mom always gave me all the attention because I was an only child. So, this week on the Puerto Rican novella, The Puerto Ricans, my mother thinks that I am her little sister and that my father is her older brother. So, I come with my husband, we're sitting there on the couch, we're cuddling, canoodling, and then my mom is giving me this dirty eye, and she's looking at my husband, like, with this dirty look. And she goes over and whispers to my dad. And I'm thinking, what the fuck now? What else? What now? And she looks at me and she says, why are you cheating with my daughter's husband? I go, Mom, I am your daughter. Jaseida, don't you recognize me? And she goes, you my little sister, Yvette. You my little sister. And I look over at my dad and I go, Dad, why are you telling her that I'm your daughter? And he's just like, like it's the most fun ever. And he goes, well, at least she still remembers who I am. And I go, really? Because this morning she told me that you're her older brother. So maybe that's why you're not getting sex, Dad. So finally, my husband shows her a picture of me and him, wedding picture, and he says, don't you recognize her? That's your daughter. That's Jaseida. And she goes, I know who my daughter is. Her name is Jaseida, and she never comes to visit me, not even on Christmas. Yeah. So, just the other day, she calls me, and she says, Mija, you're not gonna believe this. I don't want you to get scared, but I have to tell you something. Your father and I went to the doctor, and I'm bracing myself because I'm thinking she's gonna tell me that the cancer has come back because my mom's been in remission now for 6 months. That was last season on the Puerto Ricans. You may have missed it. So she says, your dad has cancer. And I go, Mom, put Dad on the phone. So my dad gets on the phone and I go, Dad, do you have cancer? And he just goes, I go, so you don't have cancer? And he goes, no. I go, well, tell Mom because she thinks you have cancer. And so he tells her, Sonia, that's my mom, I don't have cancer. And she goes, ay, Dios mío, gracias a Dios, qué buenas noticias. So now, every time that we want to see my mom in a good mood, we just tell her my dad doesn't have cancer. Works every single time. So, I've come to the realization, 2 things. 1, I can't believe a word my mom says. And 2, Alzheimer's is a choice.